Good evening, guys. I want to give you all a quick tutorial for how to get started on ChatGPT. So first, go to chatgpt.com. It'll bring you up right to here. Now, initially, you can ask a chat without having an account, but I encourage you to create an account because by creating an account, it then allows you to keep track of your prior conversations and you can log into your account both on your phone by downloading the ChatGPT app as well as the terminal here on the computer. And then you can see your chats here in the um, in your history here, which allows you to follow back up on them. Now, to start with, once you've created your account, you first will have a free account, which will allow you to get started and start trying out ChatGPT and playing around with it. But I would suggest if you find that you are using it a lot or could use it a lot to get the full advantages of ChatGPT, getting their Plus account, which in the US is somewhere around $20 a month, which seems expensive, except in the amount of time that it saves you very, very quickly. So it pays for itself very fast. So by doing that, it gives you access to their deep research model, which basically dives very deep on different topics, whether from engineering to uh, social economical questions to, I don't know, any topic you'd normally write a research paper about. It can go and do a deep dive, which gives you a starting point for going and doing your own further research. In addition to that, it also gives you it gives you access to the full ChatGPT conversation mode, which is kind of like talking to a personal assistant, and this can be very handy to do on your mobile device. You can just be asking it about anything, from hey, how do I make this coffee better, to hey, what's this, super complex topic that I want to know more about, and it can just talk to you. So that's really helpful. But before you start using it, I want to show you some privacy settings, which you'll want to set. So click on your account and then go to settings, go to data controls, and right here, this improve the model for everyone. This is natively going to be on, not off. So you want to click here and it's going to be on, looking like that. You'll want to select this and turn it off. This is so your data is not just churned into their models to further train further models. So this helps keep your content secure and just to yourself. So that's an important setting to change. The other thing to note is that any chat you put here is going to show up in your chat history. If you don't want something to show up in your chat history, you can click on the temporary chat, and this is just like in private browsing. So just to show this, I'd be like, what is the weather for tomorrow? And so it'll do a quick search. Hopefully it's quick, and put together an answer. And this chat, because it's temporary, is not going to show up in my chat history. So when I exit this by, say, going to a new chat, I no longer am going to have access to that in my chat bar. Now, this weather forecast for Houston is something I did earlier, which is more extensive. So that's what you need to know about temporary chats versus a normal chat. The other thing to know is which model you're using. So with ChatGPT 5.0, you can do auto, where it'll decide whether it needs to think for longer and use more of a reasoning model, which used to be called something like O3, or whether it can do a faster model to give you a quick response. You also can kind of force it to do one or the other. So if you prefer fast answers but not as accurate, you can do instant, or you can do thinking, which generally takes longer but will more often than not give you a better answer, especially if it's reasoning based. So I like to leave mine on thinking just because I prefer a little bit better answer and waiting a little bit longer. So just to kind of demonstrate this, I can say, what is the perfect recipe for drip coffee? How do I make it? So I really like coffee, and I'm always after refining my coffee just a little bit more. And it's just a way that I use it at home. Whenever I'm working on home projects, I am constantly asking it, hey, how do I do this? Or what facets do I need to be looking out when I do this kind of project? Or who are some potential contractors in my area? Or what should I expect to pay for a given project, et cetera? So you can use this in your day to day in all kinds of ways. So it thought for 22 seconds. And so here's the quick ratio. Coffee to water for a drip coffee is 1 to 16 by weight. So 30 grams of coffee, 408 milliliters of water. What you'll need: fresh coffee beans, medium roast is good, burr grinder, set to medium, hot water, 198 to 205. Scale and timer is nice. Tells us how to do the drip machine or pour over. Even tells us what water to use, what ppm for TDS I'm looking for, and just a handy chart. So there you go. That's what it looks like to do a typical chat with ChatGPT. And then one other thing I wanted to share before I end there is whatever you put in the chat, just know that this is more or less a publicly accessible model within ChatGPT's backend framework, which is not HIPAA compliant. So don't ever put any personal information in your chat, which you would not want to be basically accessible online in some way. So don't put in your social security number or person identifying health information. And I hope you guys found this useful. Look forward to sharing some more videos for future topics. Thanks so much.